with his trainer Rob McCracken. Wearing white with black, standing 6 feet 6 and weighing in officially at 247.8 pounds. Since capturing Olympic gold, he now has a perfect professional record. 22 fights, 22 victories, 21 wins by knockout. From London, England, the heavyweight fighting pride of the United Kingdom, the reigning, defending, undefeated heavyweight champion of the world, AJ Anthony Joshua.
Ruiz Jr. could barely dream
my
about.
Instructions in the dressing room. Obey my commands. I want you to protect yourselves at all times. Touch gloves now, man. You're boxing at the bell. God bless you both.
Andy Ruiz lost his first world title opportunity because he didn't let his hands go. He has vowed that is not going to be the case tonight.
His only pro loss to Joseph Parker in December of 2016. Parker was unbeaten at the time. Joshua outpointed Parker in March of 2018. Long time for these fighters to be standing in the ring, by the way. Joshua Cerny, at his size, has his arms resting on the top rope. Not many can do that. He can. But they're trying to stay loose. And here we go. Round number 1. Heavyweight championship of the world. Parker, enormous, with a huge size advantage. Ruiz Jr., yes, we know, is not the body beautiful, but he has good boxing ability as he fires out a double jab, long jab from Joshua. Joshua missing with the hook. Would like to do something emphatic here, Sergio, but he also has to box and find his rhythm.
No, he has to be careful, because what Ruiz does really well is he punches back sharply every time you miss a punch.
And how Andy Ruiz was successful against Alexander Dimitrienko was that he was able to walk him down. Will he be able to walk Joshua down when the punches coming back are that much more significant?
You see Joshua able to touch Ruiz at will, fires off a right hand. He's able to throw that jab to the body or the head.
That's exactly what I meant. That's what Ruiz does well. He counters. He has fast hands. For a big guy, he has really fast counters.
Ruiz has good ability to go to the body. The question is, can he get inside against this longer, taller man?
He can get inside, but he doesn't want to give up that chopping right hand. He is the shorter fighter, and Joshua punching down can't hurt him.
Joshua is very versatile. He can hurt you with any punch, either hand. Has the ability to box. We saw in his last fight against Alexander Povetkin. He's able to come back from adversity as well.
Right here we see the shorter, pudgier man backing up the big heavyweight champion.
Ruiz with his defense tight, hands are up. Good jabbing skills, comes in defensively responsible and able to move in behind his jab.
If you go back to the Povetkin fight, Brian, Povetkin had a little success in those early rounds against Joshua, connecting with some pretty significant shots.
Well, Povetkin brought the heat, no question, at Wembley in front of 80,000 plus. I wonder, Sergio, I think the challenge here, and it seems to be being met by Ruiz, is just to be able to breathe in round 1 and be able to box and make this normal, because this is not normal for anyone to come in here against this man at this place.
See what he just did right there. Look, Ruiz can't counter. He's a sneaky counter puncher. He's a quiet puncher, and that's why Joshua's a little leery right now.
Joshua with a jab that landed, tries and fires a hook that missed. Joshua is able to land that jab, if not at will, on a regular basis.
And the thing about Ruiz, like Povetkin, they made a career beating bigger men. So he knows how to punch up at the right time.
You know, you called him the Mexican Rocky. This is certainly Apollo Creed. I mean, look at Anthony Joshua. It's ridiculous, the condition that he's in. Final seconds now of round 1. That's a hard jab by Joshua, but a decent round 1 for the challenger, Andy Ruiz. Able to stay in and able to box against the champ.
There was a day, so like you. There was a day, so like you. So like you. So like you.
So the odd 1-2, boom, boom.
keep him long, keep him long. Don't look for the hooks yet. Keep him long, jab, jab, backhand. If you can shoot one there, but you have to feint first. Don't fall in and don't rush anything, okay? Have a little drink. Where's the bucket, Sal? Where's the bucket? Bucket, bucket. Relax. Listen, he's going to start coming over the top. Meet him with a jab and a 1-2.
When he comes in,
yeah, meet him with a jab and a 1-2. Don't have your hands down, all right? Come on, be busy. Come on. Stop him walking in. Straight 1-2.
Wait in the corner.
Mannix, it's our pleasure to be here with you at Madison Square Garden. Robert McCracken calm in the corner, Sergio, and trying to get his man to box as Ruiz comes out firing and looking to fight.
That was a really good right hand, Randy Ruiz.
Ruiz timed him with a right hand, but no, as he should be a little concerned because he's walking the bigger man down. He says he wants to keep him at bay, keep him long, and feint first because Ruiz is an excellent counterpuncher.
Ruiz has some wins over solid contenders, although some came at the back end of those contenders' careers. He beat Sergey Liapovich in 2014, Ray Austin in 2016, and then later Kevin Johnson. But you can see the amateur pedigree. He has over 100 amateur wins. And Ruiz again comes in 32-1, 21 knockouts, so a credible opponent. And maybe some people out there were telling me, Chris Mannix, hey, you know what? He could give a better account of himself than Jarrell Miller, even though he's filling in for Miller after he failed his drug test.
Yeah, I think Andy Ruiz is a more impactful puncher. That's why when Anthony Joshua was going through his training camp, he brought in amateurs because, hey, he thinks they throw more impactful punches. And while Jarrell Miller is the busier fighter, Andy Ruiz has a little more pop behind what he throws.
Ruiz able to calmly move forward and measure that jab.
When it comes to fast counter punchers and boxers with fast hands, it's good to not throw a power or a hard jab the first time around. You want to flick that jab. You want to use speed jabs. Get the other fighters to try to counter.
You wonder at what point that Joshua is able to get into the pocket and maybe goes on the attack. He has not done that as of yet. We're only in round 2. But Ruiz certainly is able to get fairly comfortable, if not calm, in the ring. And that's some achievement. You know, the big fights just suck the energy out of you, Sergio. A challenger can come in, and whether it's your first mega fight or your first championship fight, and this is a big stage right hand from Joshua, that can really drain a man, and a hook lands as well by the champ.
Yeah, this is a big stage for Andy Ruiz, and sometimes you're not worried about what Andy Ruiz could do. It's what Madison Square Garden, where legends have fought, can do to Ruiz.
And Chris, I think too, you know that Joshua on his mind, Deontay Wilder had an emphatic win over Dominic Brazil. He's already beaten Brazil, but he can't go in there and think, hey, I've got to knock someone out just like that.
Yeah, but he's thinking that to a degree. He saw the Wilder win, and he said he wanted to have a big performance tonight. But you got to be careful when a guy can crack in the way that Ruiz can.
Final seconds of round 2. The better punches in this round seemingly coming from Anthony Joshua, but again, Ruiz is in this fight, in this boxing contest.
And he felt it. He felt that hook, and you know it, right? Right, excellent.
You don't really want to land the right hand because you're outside. You're in there with a bigger man, so you just want to show him the right hand to try to get Joshua to commit with a counter punch, and then you can counter the counter.
Round number 3, Manny Robles also telling Andy Ruiz Jr. that you see what happened after you double up on the jab. During the exchanges, Ruiz showed that he could be a dangerous man as well.
Anyone with fast hands in boxing can be dangerous.
Anthony Joshua, heavyweight champion of the world, coming in here to Madison Square Garden, wanting to showcase his skills. He is doing that so far, but getting a bit of a test here early from Andy Ruiz. Ruiz in the white and gold trunks, Joshua in the white with black trim. See the punches, at least the jabs through 2 rounds, 9-3. Ruiz mixes it up, good uppercut and a hook, puts Ruiz down. Wow, that was fast from Joshua.
5, 6, 7.
More than 2 minutes to go in this round. Anthony Joshua is a composed and ferocious finisher. Watch this.
21 knockouts in 21 wins for Anthony Joshua. The champ with the right hand. Ruiz is staggered and an uppercut, trying to hold on. Strafing right. Ruiz comes to fire back.
And Joshua's hurt.
Oh, Joshua goes down.
Andy Ruiz caught him with a sharp left hook. Joshua's hurt.
6, 7.
He is clear-eyed, looking to the eyes of Michael Griffin. But what an answer by Ruiz. Stunning. Joshua on unsteady legs. Both men with knockdowns in this third round. The crowd is stunned.
And I don't think Anthony Joshua thought Andy Ruiz would be able to stand up to that assault.
No punches. Let him go, AJ. No hold.
Sergio, how often do you see after you have a knockdown, you figure, all right, let me finish this guy off, and then you're the one in danger?
Both men down, but I think Joshua took the worst of it.
Joshua's climbed off the canvas before. Against Vladimir Klitschko, he was hurt here, and Ruiz with a stiff right hand as well. Tremendous answer. Just when you think the coronation is complete, Joshua in trouble.
He is still on shaky legs, Brian.
And there is 40-plus seconds left in this round.
These are the most important 40 seconds of Andy Ruiz's career. He has a hurt champion in front of him.
Joshua now on the ropes, not moving away.
Body shots and uppercuts is what Ruiz should be looking for.
Could be measuring him for a counter right, standing in one spot. Now tapping to the body. Fascinating round 3. Both men are wary, but Sergio, you thought this was a big chance, and now here comes Ruiz. Has Joshua hurt in the corner? Joshua is hurt. He's staggered, and he goes down again. That's a knockdown. Joshua's been down twice.
5, 6, 7, 8. Here, walk to me. Okay, lift up your hand.
Griffin getting to 8.
Walk to me. All right?
Can he step to Michael Griffin?
Box.
Griffin asked him to walk to me, and he didn't. But the bell rings.
And the bell saves Anthony Joshua.
Put your legs out. Okay. Put your legs out. Come on, listen to me. Listen to me. You've got to get back behind that jab. You've got to tie him up inside. Yeah, you load it up. Come on, take a drink. Come on. Come on, listen. You can't load up, mate. You've got to box. And you've got to defend when you come.
First knockdown is of Ruiz. It was a beautiful left hook that put him down. And here we see Joshua coming down, going down for the first time. Beautiful left hook right on the temple. Took the legs right out of Joshua. And here's the second knockdown.
All right, what could be the round of the year, and we're back underway here. Round number 4, Ruiz is out firing and trying to become the heavyweight champion of the world in a stunner.
Brian, he is still on shaky legs, Anthony Joshua. He is not fully recovered from that last round.
And Andy Ruiz jabbing to the body. He's going to try to set up an overhand right. And there's a jab to the chest.
Joshua got up at the count of 8. Hard right hand from Joshua. And I tell you what, Michael Griffin, who's had 365 pro bouts, but he asked Joshua to step to him. I think he did the right thing. Joshua did not quite step to him the way you would want. However, this is the heavyweight championship, and you give the benefit of the doubt to the champ.
I'm glad he didn't, but he could have stopped that fight.
Same left hook that put Ruiz down, didn't put him down this time. Momentum has changed.
2 knockdowns for Ruiz, 1 knockdown for Joshua. And Anthony Joshua is in trouble. Still does not look sturdy out there. And Ruiz now looks like a confident fighter. Heavy British crowd. They are stunned here at the Garden.
There's that jab downstairs. I'm expecting more of those. He wants to set up something over the top, a looping punch.
You know, we joke about the conditioning of these guys. Andy Ruiz right now looks like the better conditioned fighter.
Well, those punches seem to graze Joshua on the side of the head and then the top of the head. And it really threw off his equilibrium. Right hand just falls short. But Ruiz definitely looks dangerous now. Ruiz looks like he's measuring him for his own right hand. Joshua must respect that power. Ruiz with a hard jab and a second jab to the chest. There's not much of an output, Sergio, from Joshua at this point.
Because he respects Ruiz, that's why. He respects them fast hands, and he has to respect the power now. Andy Ruiz came to become the heavyweight champion of the world tonight.
On his trunks it says Destroyer. Could he be that tonight?
And on the back it says Victorious.
Massive underdog coming in here as a fill-in, as a substitute, and here for a showcase for the champion from London. But it has been a rude welcome to the United States for Anthony Joshua. A more tentative round number 4 after the blockbuster third round.
There we go. You cannot give him the initiative right here. You cannot give him the initiative. Right? Don't give him the mid-range.
It comes to a punch like that you don't see coming.
We get ready for round 5. Chris Mannix, I hate to ask you this, with all the knockdowns, how do you have it scored so far?
Wild third round that I scored 10-8 for Andy Ruiz, 38-37 in favor of Andy Ruiz. I thought Ruiz let Joshua off the hook a little bit in that last round, but he was not all the way back after that brutal third round.
Yes, Sergio, I wonder now, like Joshua with each round, will his legs get stronger and clear his head a little bit more each time?
I believe Andy Ruiz in those 40 seconds, he could have became the champion of the world, but he's a poised, patient puncher. He feels he's probably going to get another opportunity again.
Joshua is going to have to put it into another gear. You see Ruiz outlanding the champion in power punches and real shots too. Not just throwing a hook, he throws a good hook to the body. We knew Ruiz had good fundamental skills, solid boxer, good amateur pedigree. You would just figure, and most of the world figured, it did not stack up against a 6'6", 5-tool heavyweight champion in his athletic prime.
Brian, Vladimir Klitschko, he let Anthony Joshua off the hook a couple of years ago. He paid the price in the later rounds because of AJ's power.
Counter right from Joshua, but Ruiz again is defensively sound, walking in, hands up, jabbing, and trying to work behind the jab. You can see the amateur skill coming to the fore.
And I tell you what, 5 rounds in, Andy Ruiz has won over a good portion of these Brits here. 6,000 Brits here, and he's winning the crowd over.
Joshua looking a little steadier here in this round 5. We're more than halfway through in this round. A blockbuster round 3. Is that how you score that? With 3 knockdowns, 10-8? That's how
I scored it.
All right. It gets confusing. Yeah, dude, but then he got a knockdown as well. Would it be 9-8?
2 knockdowns for Andy Ruiz.
Right.
1 knockdown for Anthony Joshua.
I'll let you figure that out. Final minute now, round 5, Madison Square Garden heavyweight title fight. And a spirited challenge from Andy Ruiz. Chris Mannix has him up on his card. That's a hard hook by Joshua. Things can change quickly.
Manny Robles told Andy Ruiz not to give him. Don't stay in mid-range. Do not let Joshua take the initiative. That's mid-range, and that's why he got caught right there.
At any moment, this could end. I thought I would just be saying that about Joshua. I could have to say it about Andy Ruiz as well. Ruiz fires back. That looked to be blocked.
It was an overhand right, but he didn't set it up. He needed to fool Joshua downstairs before he threw it upstairs.
Now Joshua has his hands a little bit higher, showing a little more respect for Ruiz. Right hand by Ruiz, able to get through and touch it.
Time!
We're glad you're with us here on DAZN, Madison Square Garden, New York City. 2 hard jabs from both fighters as they open up round 6. You wonder when Anthony Joshua will able to up the work rate. Maybe it's this round. Misses with the right hand. Good slip by Ruiz.
Brian, what Anthony Joshua has to realize is that one good shot is not going to hurt Ruiz to the point where he's just vulnerable. Ruiz is going to fire back if Joshua comes charging in after taking that shot.
In his last 8 fights, 40 per round. So his output is down. Now, granted, he was down twice in that third round. That'll skew it. However, until the opening seconds of this round, we just haven't seen a fully engaged Anthony Joshua showing the normal volume.
And that's because of Andy Ruiz's fast hands and fast counters. He has to be careful. Every time he opens up, Ruiz is going to come back with something.
Joshua with the enormous height advantage, the reach advantage. You would figure, Sergio, again, he heard it from Robert McCracken, he could just box. Jab, move back, European style, and win this fight.
That's exactly what they want. Rob McCracken said, listen, jab, jab, right hand. That's all that's going to win this.
Hard right hand by Ruiz. Able to counter. Straight up the middle.
If you're AJ, you got to keep sticking that jab out there. You can't let Andy Ruiz just walk towards you without throwing something back.
And Ruiz is getting closer and closer. I would like to see him go to the body more.
The first knockdown of the fight came from Anthony Joshua. At that point, it looked like it was just going to be party time for all these British fans. And again, a continuance in Joshua's reign. And instead, we see the possibility of Andy Ruiz becoming the heavyweight champion of the world. Good body shot. That was a hook from Ruiz. That's his best shot. Joshua answering with the hook.
That's
right
what I
hand
want
to
to
the
see.
body.
That's what I want to see from Ruiz. I want Joshua to concentrate on the body. Then you can come upstairs with that overhand right.
And the jab to the chest, which Ruiz has been throwing, moves Joshua all the way back.
And I said that earlier, Brian, before the overhand's going to right, it's going to be a jab downstairs, a jab to the right, to the chest.
That jab grazed Joshua's cheek and was inches away from landing flush. Hard body shot by Ruiz.
Andy Ruiz is setting up an overhand right.
Final seconds here, round 6, and Ruiz having all sorts of surprising success again. Joshua's talking to him. I don't know what he's saying. We've got the heavyweight title very much on the line.
And there's that right hand downstairs. And later after that, he threw a hard jab to the chest. He's trying to set up an overhand right, Andy Ruiz is.
By the way, Triple G will be with us on the post show. In the post fight, we'll have a lot to talk about either way. Round 7, and Andy Ruiz Jr., Sergio having success with those body shots in round 6. Chris, how do you look at your scoring on that? How do you score that round?
I gave it to Andy Ruiz, 58-57 in favor of Ruiz. The last 40 seconds of that round, Brian, I think Anthony Joshua threw one punch, and that was at the very end.
Oh, that hook almost landing in the right hand from Ruiz, and now a barrage. The champ's in trouble, and down he goes.
4,
Third knockdown of the fight for Ruiz.
7, 8. You're going to pick up your hands. Put your mouthpiece there. Come off the rope. Box.
Well, not quite a wig, but he flashes his eyebrows. He better throw his hands. The champ is in trouble.
Look for an overhand right here, Brian.
Joshua with the hard jab. Trying to answer, but he's taking him down again. Wow.
Joshua looks gassed.
4,
Mouthpiece came flying out of his mouth.
6, 7, 8.
He's been down 4 times.
Hey, turn around. You can.
Joshua turning to his corner.
He's
gotta be careful here.
He's got to stay engaged.
Okay,
Where
you
is
got
his
to wait.
mouthpiece?
You ready to box?
Joshua looks so tired. I think he wants out.
That's it. He says that's it. Andy Ruiz is the heavyweight champion. Michael Griffin was giving him every chance, but Joshua was looking to his corner. Did not advance, and Andy Ruiz has shocked the world. The Mexican Rocky indeed.
The Mexican Rocky makes me believe in movies now. Incredible. Wow.
An absolute stunner. And And Ruiz earned it. It wasn't flukish. He knocked him down early, knocked him down again, and maybe after losing the early part of round 6, he came back, landed his body shots, and then round 7, it did look, Sergio, correct me if you think I'm wrong, it looked like Joshua did not want to continue.
No, he wanted out. His facial expression, he was tired. He was fatigued. He was beaten by a better man tonight.